Last week we had Griffin Merritt, 5-year player, Adam Cesare, 5-year player, both hit the transfer portal, both amazing players, very wise, shared and talked about the whole plug and play.
The game, like when I got into college, when I got to Cincinnati, man, like development was the name of the game. Like guys with talent, get them to campus, spend a year or two developing them, your studs maybe a year, and then get into play. Now it is a totally different, it's plug and play.
And what it's like with NIL, the transfer portal. And one of the things we talked about, like last year with Tennessee, Billy Amick came on this show and talked about how the chemistry was immediate, and that's not the case with all these different teams.
I mean, it's just how it is these days. Like, that's just college baseball.
And so when you look at somewhere like Ole Miss 2024, a ton of talent across the board, but when they got together, it just didn't mesh on the field. All those guys, they're friends, and that's not what I mean. It's not a conflict of personalities. It's just for whatever reason, when we talk about chemistry on the baseball field, it didn't go together. And so underachieved big time. So a bunch of different guys go their way, most of them in off the bench guests. And so you fast forward to this year, and I bring this topic up for the obvious reason, Tennessee coming to Ole Miss. There's a lot of animosity towards Andrew Fisher and towards Liam Doyle. And I would ask you to look at this. First, Ole Miss, number 6 in the country, clearly seems to be thriving without all these guys. But I root for all these guys to have success. And when you break it down to Texas, you have Grayson Saunier there. He's got a 2.45 ERA in his 4 appearances. He loves it there. His mom, I'm friends with her on Facebook, absolutely loves Texas. So the family's happy. He's happy. He's on the number 2 ranked team. It's working out well for him. You obviously go to number 5, Tennessee, Liam Doyle, 2.53 ERA, 5-1, 81 Ks to 14 walks on the Golden Spikes watch list for the midseason.
Valpo, 0-2 for Doyle. No problem for Liam Doyle.
Then you got Andrew Fisher batting .302, 13 home runs, 36 RBIs, and has 35 walks. His OBP through the roof.
And he ropes this one deep right field. It is gone in a hurry.
So Andrew right in the lineup in a ballpark that fits him very well, thriving, him and Liam both on the number 5 team. Then Ole Miss themselves, number 6, right? So clearly winning. When you look at the starting rotation of Elliott, Maddox, and Nichols, combined 10-2. So not having these guys that left from the pitching staff, which we haven't got to all of them yet, they seem to be just fine and thriving just fine. Luke Hill, who's boys with all of them, but for whatever reason, he'll even tell you he had issues last year. He's batting .369, 6 home runs, 4 doubles, 3 triples, 26 RBIs.
The 1-1 pitch drilled to left field. Listy going back, and it's gone.
And he loves it. He's taken on a new leadership role. He's got the maturity. Things have just worked out better for him. And him and Fisher are even best friends. Went with them to the Grizzlies game last year. They're still best friends. They're just in different places. And that's what I've been telling people. It's not about these guys getting along in the grand scheme. It's about how it meshes on the baseball field. You go to number 7, Georgia. You got JT Quinn coming out the bullpen in 9 different appearances with a 2.65 ERA. Doing his thing. You go to Florida State, Wes Mendez. He's on the midseason watch list. 4.15 ERA, 4-1 record, 55 Ks to 18 walks. He's absolutely shoving. And the biggest thing for him is he went home. He got an opportunity to go back home. What kid doesn't want to play in front of the team that they've rooted for their whole life? And then lastly, Trayson Hughes at Virginia Tech. We had him on right after he went to Virginia Tech. I love this kid at Ole Miss, and he will own all the problems that he may have had while he was at Ole Miss. But the kid, he's gotten baptized. He's hanging out with Garrett Michelle. Virginia Tech's got a thing going, one of the first teams we had set up with the Jesus One. He's thriving in a team that's now ranked number 25. So
Trayson Hughes. A towering drive deep down the right field line, and it is gone.
Every one of these guys is playing for a ranked program, and they're absolutely enjoying themselves. So I ask you as the fans, what are you mad about? Shouldn't we be happy for these guys? For us, ultimately, it's to love and watch the game of baseball. How do you get mad at these kids for the decisions to go home or make more money or put themselves in a better draft position, whatever the case is? And they're not adults. Let me be clear. Everybody keeps talking about they're not kids if they get paid. Those are not grown men. I've hung out with these dudes. I've interviewed these dudes. I remember when I was 19, 20 years old, I was even in the military getting paid, and I was still a kid. So if you think because they're paid athletes that they're not kids anymore, you're wrong. And with that, bad decisions will be made along the way. Are you held accountable for everything you've ever done? Do people boo you every time you do something wrong? You know, Randy said it best on my Facebook post. He said, how about I just come to your work and boo you every time you don't do well? Because that's what you're doing these kids. You know, that's fine. You can be fans. Y'all can boo, do whatever. You know, I'll be in Oxford tomorrow. I hope people have some class. But Andrew Fisher, I have this clip, and I'm going to play it.
You know, with the importance at this point to get to a place where you can spend more time on the field and getting more work in, you want to go to a place that has the best facilities that you're going to work out in. So you're going to go play every single day in front of 12,000 people. You're going to go play in 5-star facilities with all the best equipment, some of the best coaches in the country, one of the best fan bases out there.
And this is what he said about the Ole Miss fans. So I want you to remember that. And then lastly, you know, just love the game of baseball. It's the reason why I'm very unique to other people. And I wasn't always this way. I just love seeing them thrive. And I root for every one of these guys, no matter what, each weekend. Unless they're playing LSU, that's the only time I don't want them to win. It's not hard. If you start to enjoy the players and love the game as a whole bigger, you won't be so upset when your team loses. You won't be losing sleep over nonsense. You learn to appreciate it and just be a happier person. I know I'm rambling, but I'm just hoping I get through to some people. So check out this material and let me know what you think.